The first Friday, the 13th of the year, seemed to be the most unlucky. March 13th, 2020, and marked the beginning of our new lives. The NBA, NHL, NCAA, and every major sport canceled or postponed. National treasures Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson had COVID-19, and schools were shutting down just as kids were getting ready for spring break.
We have decided to extend our spring break by 2 weeks.
Denver family and child therapist Dr. Cheryl Ziegler says this is when it really hit us all.
And I think very quickly families went into a mode of protection. And we can do this, and we're going to get lots of food and lots of supplies, and we're going to be okay.
Of course, we all remember the panic of empty shelves at stores. And for parents, figuring out how to get their kids through school and work from home all in the same space.
So while parents were trying to work, they also had to make sure their kids got to the right Zoom room, that they weren't, also on their phone or paying attention, or was their camera on.
While kids adapted and struggled, Dr. Ziegler believes looking back, the biggest strain has been on the working mother.
She was going to be the one that was going to be home, that was going to give up her career, or was going to be the one to reduce to part-time or try to get some flexibility.
Dr. Ziegler shared the latest stats showing 4 times as many women left the workforce this year compared to men. She says we're going to have to figure out how to manage this female recession to get women back in the workforce. As for kids, isolation and social distancing has hit teens the hardest.
We have seen mental health issues skyrocket. Anxiety is very high. Depression is very high. Suicide attempts are higher than normal for this time of year.
That social interaction is something you can't replace. A negative side effect that actually could become a silver lining and getting them off their phones.
So they're not loving technology as a replacement for relationships. So I hope that that is a positive for the future.
And while good news is coming, a vaccine is rolling out, we still have months of a different lifestyle ahead of us.
It's ideal if the parents and the kids are having a parallel process, meaning that the parents are sticking to a routine and therefore they're having their kids stick to a routine.
That means setting a bedtime, time for fun, time for learning, and time for going outside.
It's also a good idea to put it onto the kids, let them get creative, because kids are inherently creative and have a lot more energy than most adults.
And while Dr. Ziegler has seen kids struggle this year, they've also proved how resilient they are.
I'm really convinced that this generation will come out of this grittier, more resilient, more creative than ever.
And for parents to remember this time.
So I just want to encourage parents to still take pictures of them, do videos of them, capture their voices, capture their words, their thoughts, their feelings, create a memory book.
Things to remember as we head into the next year.